Tundra Esports. Grand Finals, Game 1.
Esports turn to bang. Team Secrets turn to bang.
Thank you very much, James. Yes, we're here and we're ready live from... There we go. Some fantastic words there from Rezo. Nice. Smiles all around as well. Very much ready for the game. We'll see how ready he is, though, because Tundra, they're going to find him here for this first bit of action. Trapped out by the shots, or maybe not. No, we can't quite get around. Doesn't matter. He's going to get hooked underneath the tower. Christmas gets the out, but Saxa was the first to get that first kill. Gets first blood for Saxa, but in return, Nisha will be able to pick up the kill onto 9 there off the back of that excellent hook for Chrysalis.
Trade, but Nisha, as you mentioned, he gets the kill, so we'll get that earlier bottle for the matchup mid. And yeah, let's look at all these lanes, how they're going to be broken down, right? We've got the snaking. He's been playing this Miranda time and time again throughout this tournament. 4 branches, strong laning items, and we've got this, this 33 tied with Saxa on his hoodwink. Something they haven't played too much as of late, but they used to play it a lot. Get a hook onto the tide, they'll be just fine. And yeah, lots of physical damage coming out from this bottom lane. Something that I think can be sometimes deceptive.
I mean, look at that. Nisha's kind of interested in getting involved in a bit of a chase there. Ooh. But won't continue to take any more attention away from the middle lane, or just be left to Chrysalis and Puppey to chase 33 down a little bit. Chrysalis, of course, having to be careful himself. We'll see them settle here into the laning stage. And, you know, we've got to sort of talk about as well comments there from Aoi before the game. Do you sort of like that approach? Game 1 of the Grand Finals.
Oh yeah, I like it.
Just to see if you can deal with it. You've got many games to recover if it doesn't go great.
You know, it's something that people always talk about with Puppey, right? What he does, he gives the team their heroes. If he beats it, then it's like, oh my god, you know, you kind of break a team strategy. So I think it's a really cool approach. And just looking at these lanes now, we have the Lich Pudge versus the Tide versus Hoodwink. Both of the bottom heroes on Secret starting with Ring of Protection to deal with that physical damage, to try to tank up, because sometimes, like we mentioned, it can be a bit deceptive.
Let's have a look at some of these lanes. I mean, overall, who do you have the biggest concerns for? Anybody going to have a specifically tough time in these early minutes?
I'm looking at bottom, to be honest with you. I mean, it depends on how much damage they're able to do with this, like, Gush plus this Acorn shot, but it's a lot of magical burst that could sometimes trip up a Tide, so see if 33 is able to hold up with it. They are pretty limited on regen also, but it tends to be, you know, the Tundra approach, not having too many tangos. They like their mangoes a lot.
And this mid lane matchup in particular, you know, of course, 9, one of the fantastic mid players to just continue to bring these heroes in that nobody else will really consider playing mid. Here he is, of course, bringing out the Tusk once again in Game 1 of the Grand Finals. Up against the Nisha Leshrak, though. Yeah, you've got to imagine on paper, this is not going to be too easy for the Tusk, right? He's got to be careful against Nisha.
I think just because of that kill that Nisha gets, you know, the bottle coming out so early. Otherwise, I've seen this Tusk actually be pretty decent in a lot of these matchups versus range. But yeah, I think Nisha, he's going to blast.
Chrysalis is going to be okay here. Both spells on cooldown from Saxa and 33, so no further chase, but fair bit of a harass, keeping Chrysalis pressured underneath the tower.
Starts to get easier for Secret once they get the Frost Shield levels, which they now do have, so a lot of that physical damage resistance for Chrysalis. But as we've seen so many times, Tundra, this offlane, these two, they're special together. There's something about them. They even lane matchups you think they can't win, they sometimes end up just doing some type of crazy lane shenanigans and coming out ahead of it. So let's see how they do adapt.
I mean, what are some of the things that they do so well that kind of means that they, you know, countless times they are the duo that's just winning out in this lane?
It just feels like they always know how to trade a little bit better. Either they either trade or they just do these constant lane pulls shenanigans with Saxa, just re-manipulating where the lane positioning is. So it's just a Tundra specialty. We're seeing top also starting to have a bit of struggle, as tends to happen versus these Enigmas. The Eidolon's building up. Chrysalis will be okay.
I mean, that bottom lane really...
It's the lane to watch.
It's a case of, you know, how much do Tundra try and push for that kill on the Pudge?
Yeah.
Before Chrysalis is suddenly getting buffed up and able to turn around. You know, Saxa in particular has to be very, very careful how close he gets to the Pudge. Up on the top lane so far. Any sort of surprises here?
No, not so much. I mean, the Eidolon spam, you know, it continues to happen whenever you are playing those carries. It's going to be affecting you a little bit. But Skeeter, he's holding his own, him and snaking. They have kill threat constantly, too, the early point in net with that arrow combo. So something to look out for, especially on Zayat. But Rezo, he's always got those Eidolons, so they have a lot of ways to protect and block arrow combos and stuff like that with the summons.
Yeah, and all in all, in terms of the how good the game is for the Enigma, you know, how good is it for Rezo? Is it going to be easy for him to have impact with the Black Hole, or is this going to be one of those games where it's kind of everything else about the hero that's going to have its strengths?
It feels like that tends to be the story for the Enigma a lot of times. But if you look at his items that he's got queued up, you know, we did mention the Wraith Pact comparison of the team. He's going to go for the Black Hole plays and just play around his Malefice and stuns from a distance.
Absolutely, I think something that we're going to be very, very happy to see.
Yeah.
None of this sort of Wraith Pact rubbish. You know, we want the action, we want the Black Hole. goals.
Hey, if you look at the way the lineups can go at some point, there is going to be that lack of BKB disable, of course, for the Enigma. Sure, they're going to have to sleep and reset and do these kind of fights that we see Tundra do a lot of times. We see a lot of teams do with Naga Siren, but could get to some points where you have to take these fights. Bottom is... Oh, he lands it!
Lovely little angle there. They've got the blast as well to slow Saxa down, but because the creeps are pushed in, tower hits will be tanked up by the wave, so Saxa are able to walk out. But Crystal's definitely shown so far. I don't think he's missed a hook, really. Every single one of them on point, so got to watch out for those down the road.
But 33 is free farm. So that lane that we were taking a look at, they've actually been able to solidify for this Tundra pretty nicely with Saxa's harassment. And Crystal's just staying kind of low, which is a bit scary. He could constantly be getting on.
We'll have that Ring of Health coming out to him, so likely to be consistently in a position where his health's a bit higher. Saxa will find himself on top of Chrysalis. They're trying to get aggressive on towards the Pudge. Saxa has the stick charges at the ready. Chrysalis, he's going to get the kill before he goes down. So they push for the kill there on the carry. I imagine something the Tundra's going to be pretty happy with. Saxa goes down, but all according to plan, I'd imagine there for Tundra, taking down Chrysalis.
Yeah, they just have, like we said, there's just such an interesting approach to the way they do it. Even the Blades of Attack being picked up early on 33, not going for any tanky items. This is a fighting build. Phase boots right away, trying to benefit off that Blightstone, any type of minus armor they can put onto this Pudge. And it worked.
Yep, and this is sort of the classic def you see at this sort of moment. Prong supports in that bottom lane. Me and Saxa can get over the mid, get the bottle top back up. Voila. Definitely the sort of trades that, if you're secret, you're not going to want to allow Tundra to get against you anymore in this laning stage. Be a bit more careful on when they make the calls to commit for kills.
Up top. Not enough to chase. Catch on bottom, though. Constant aggression on these side lanes.
Once again, Chrysalis trying his best to trade, but especially when it's 33 that's the one on top of him. Not at a point where Pudge just has enough damage to kind of bring down the Tide. Tide's able to threaten them. Back up in the top jungle, Zayats and Snaking.
Snaking might be able to get this.
Same time in the mid, Nisha. He's got a decent amount of mana to try and run down 9. Stick charges are there, though, and 9 far enough under the tower to survive. But back in the jungle, Snaking will win the battle of the supports.
Yeah, we see that stat build for Snaking really working. Nisha.
Very low around this mid lane.
There's a punch.
Saxa's coming to try and help out with the setup. He's got a bit of a bottle charge and a ferret fire. It's not enough to keep him alive, though. 9 and Saxa take him down. Saxa coming out with some top moves already from sort of the intentional death bottom, helping out the mid, and once again being around that mid lane, around these power runes to get that extra bit of power that 9 needs to get a kill.
And now look at bottom. That physical damage, Chrysalis, it's too much.
Bushwhack, I mean, Saxa. He's in every single bit of place that they need him to be. That's a big hit, of course, with that 3 points in anchor smash and the players of attack on top of the face. But that's a hefty right click coming out from 33 off the back of the anchor smash. And I mean, this Hoodwink, it's looking kind of spooky, Fog. He's all over the place and he's making big moves.
And it's into, like, secret. They did the preparation, right? They had to bring the protection to kind of try to protect versus physical. They had the frost shield, but it's not enough. This build from 33, going for that Wraith Pact, more than likely rushing it. He's going to have to keep his sustain down there, too.
See top lane. Yes. What an angle there for Snaking, sneaking round through the trees, catches Rezo by surprise.
Wow.
Tundra getting kills up and down the map right now. The Eidolon's not quite enough to finish Snaking off. Maybe they can still find him in the jungle. They can, and just off to the side of the lane. They will be able to take him down in return. But very much we're seeing sort of the support from Tundra really just enabling the cause already in this early laning stage, getting them that extra bit of a bonus off the back of these kills. 6-3, 1k lead at the moment for Tundra.
Really clever moves, really clever positioning as well too, and we're probably going to see more of these rotations. 15 seconds until we do have that power rune coming out, so eyes on Saxa, see if he does make the rotation. Even filling up again for Knife, so I want him to be as fight ready as possible. 3 heroes collapsing on both sides.
Trying to get the chance to trap him in there with the shards. Won't quite find it. We'll see 8-minute power rune where it's going to be. It's going to be top. And
it's a big one.
This time they'll be able to hold on to it. Nisha able to grab it. Snowball coming out the way of Zayats.
Connects.
Only going to set up for the stun from Nisha. He's ready to run down 9. 9 has got the help from Saxa. Saxa with the bushwhack holds them back, but they'll still be able to run down 9. At this time, Secret, they'll bring in the extra firepower required around this mid lane. They're going to make sure that this time round, Nisha, he's not left alone.
There's just so much burst damage from both sides. We're going to be seeing heroes just getting popped left and right. But after the start of the laning phase, it's looking really nice for Tundra. Even though they were up against some of these could be tougher lanes, they've done excellent versus them. The Naga Siren farming perfectly fine versus the Enigma. Even getting that early kill is a big deal. So Secret, they want to start getting a little more active.
Early little smoke here from Nisha.
Feels
to join Zayats and Rezo up top around this point where level 6 is on 9 for the Enigma.
Rezo.
Black hole if he finds the chance to turn and use it. Nina's going to try to go for it, but Rezo is ready. The 6 is there. Black hole comes out onto the 2 of them. Zayats and Nisha, they're in with with the cleanup. Tundra, they try and make that play.
And another one.
Now Saxon's got to be careful getting himself back into the trees, back behind the tower, but Zayas, he's still sweeping around. They may still find him. See how much they want to try and search. It's going to be difficult to find him. He's pretty deep, but Nisha, very resilient, continues
Oh, he's
to
found
go
him.
further and further into the trees. They'll catch him as well. 3 dead on the top lane. Tundra, the ones to start that play onto Resolution. It was a big risk to Tech. They were really banking on the fact that he was on his own, but he wasn't. The smoke from mid, Secret, they catch them by surprise.
Beautiful read, really. After these last few moments, Tundra getting all these moves that are working for them. Secret, they strike back. Tundra, and also, I mean, they made this move. It's not the squishiest of heroes on the Enigma. With just these two on Tundra, they need a little bit more burst, so do have to be careful. And now he gets tower. Gonna be really early blink going.
Yeah, early tower will definitely help fuel that purchase. Already pre-10 minutes and hitting these sort of objective timings. In this top lane now, would you imagine, if you're Tundra, how do you sort of start to slow down Secret's speed of getting control of this half of the map?
It's not going to be easy. They might have to just start making moves elsewhere. Maybe use the illusion just to scout things out, but it's not going to be easy for them to really just contest up versus Rezo now at this point. After dying once, it kind of dissuades you from really going up there until you do have, like, Sox having level 6 to have that extra beta burst damage to follow up with the Tusk. Might look to start playing around 33, I'd imagine. He's the one who's having that incredible game. I believe he has the Vlad's finished, so maybe looking to start pressuring this tower down here.
Of course, he has that Ravage good to go if he sees a chance to set up for a kill on Crystalis to get some extra help. They get the toss back onto Snake King. Doesn't stand a chance against the amount of damage they've got. Back down bottom, trying to hold back Crystalis.
He's got the Vanguard.
A bit hard to commit.
They try to glyph for it, but does get the hook onto that siege.
They're bringing in a third here, and 9 is around. With 9 diving in.
Secret's full rotating now.
And Tundra, you know, they sort of learned from the mistake up top. They don't want to try and push for these kills too much. They know that Secret at the moment, they are on full responsive mode.
It's a pretty devastating lineup to try to commit into these kills too. And as we saw, that Black Hole, also Chain Frost for the Lich, it can just turn any type of these tides.
Being much more careful now. See in terms of position for Tundra, they'll leave for that top lane here for the Mirana.
Yeah, just start jungling up, Skeeter scouting out with his illusions as well. They're going to constantly get cleaned up though, seeing Zayas do that a few times.
Radiant's middle tower.
See if they're able to just continue to enable space for Skeeter to keep up on the Naga side. So far so good, of course, has a solid 1,000 gold lead against Crystalis, carrying here for Secret on the other side.
Things are close, so as Noto and Seb were saying, you know, the pace of the game for Secret, they probably want to accelerate things a little bit more. Tundra, whenever there's these low periods, they're pretty happy that they're not getting pressured.
You're going to see if they can take down Crystalis here with the 3 of them. See what sort of help he gets this time round. It doesn't look like there'll be enough to save him as Tundra. They'll get the kill. They strike again when they know that it's still at this point where Secret, they've probably not got the TPs back up. They just don't have the methods to respond when Tundra time their aggressive moves like that.
This Hoodwink seems to just be the specialty, right? This burst damage, and getting that 6 now.
Radiant structures are
Should be able to set up for this tower, finish it up. They still have Ravage too, so the threat. Secret, look like they're going to play on other sides of the map. Nisha going to start hitting mid. He pretty much has the Bloodstone done.
That's on net worth. Nisha. He's had many of these games where he's been at the top.
And he'll have this,
the whole match.
He'll have this Bloodstone a bit before the Wraith Pact is going to come out too. So we've seen a couple times Tundra, they've counteracted this Bloodstone a lot because you just prevent how much damage it does, so you prevent how much healing. So if they do get that timing, Secret could start to take advantage of the map a little bit here. Bloodstone is done, so playing around this Lesh, it's going to be problematic. Tundra might have some issues in these next few moments. They're going to have to bring the Tusk and the Hoodwink maybe into most scenarios just to burst this Lesh down. We're seeing
a Secret, they know
they're
how
ready
strong
to fight.
Nisha is at this moment.
Oh,
they
yeah.
smoke him up, take him anywhere on the map.
It's got very
outnumbered Tundra, they'll have a very solid fight on their hands, no doubt about it. Saxa in good position,
the scan
locked up by the moonlight.
The scan as well catches the Secret rotation.
So maybe unlikely now that Secret are going to be able to make this a sort of jump with any sort of level of surprise. Quick turn with the bushwhack, make sure that there's no further jump over towards Saxa, and Saxa immediately ready to turn. They trap Zayas in the shards, sets up for both the arrow and the sharpshooter to bang on target, take down the kill.
That burst from a distance, you don't really need to commit too much of anything. And now Secret, their rotation ends up not working, not getting them anything big. Does show that the Bloodstone is finished though, so I think Tundra, they're going to keep tabs of that, sit back, farm a little bit, wait until they have an opportunity to actually catch this Lesh when he split away from his team. And Skeeter, he's still doing fine, you know, still loving life. Things are not too problematic, even though he has that death that they had going for the Enigma. He still has pretty good timings on his items.
Absolutely, yeah, he knows that when Secret try and poke at the rest of his team down there on the bottom half. This whole area of the map opens back up a little bit more for him. As you can see, the wall control, it's too bad at all for them. There's not any deep vision from Secret around this area, so Tundra pretty happy to continue to hold this area for Skeeter to keep the farm up and stay up there towards the top. Only a couple of hundred behind Nisha's farm.
They've got the Wraith Pack down now too, so they probably can look to just fight back into this Slash Strike. They do need to just watch out of the big ultimates that are in there too. The Lich plus that Black Hole. Just need to be careful how far they overcommit versus Secret's pretty tanky lineup. Zayats.
As we've seen many times, you've got to be careful how you try and poke towards Tundra. When Nine's around, he's just trapping you in the shards every single time you step up alone. Nisha,
taste it.
got that haste rune. We'll see if he's able to chase down anything in return. Nice little sidestep there from Nine. Make sure that he doesn't get caught out by the stun. Tundra's back under the tower, and Nisha won't be getting any kills today with this haste. Unless...
I mean, they're watching him though.
I mean, they know that the haste is about to come to an end. Again, some excellent dodges from both sides here. Last minute or so, Nisha making sure the arrow doesn't catch him by surprise.
They need more heroes there. If they're going to go for some type of Ravage play, they need to go for those chain stuns if they're going to try to get Nisha. Very tanky, 1800 HP with the Bloodstone.
And as you say, that is the thing as well, though, for Tundra. If they try and play with their ult Secret, they'll very much be ready to respond with their own ultimates. Both teams having huge team fight ultimates to drop. We'll see in the middle, Nisha. It's the time again, he's on his own. They have Bloodstone charges, but Tundra, they're just able to blow him up. A bit of a rare situation there where Nisha was alone, and Tundra, they make sure they don't miss out on the opportunity. And they make the move immediately, and nobody else is around for Secret.
No, he didn't have any help, exactly. And they dropped the Wraith Pack down, so there you see, even though he popped Bloodstone, he has all this damage coming out. It's actually not that much damage, nor that much healing. No cares if they're going to commit Ravage there, it's perfect.
Should be a free tier 1 tower, I'd imagine. They have put the fortification. We'll see if Secret try and force a fight. There's still 10 seconds, no Nisha.
Look at the vision control as well, too, from Tundra. They have Ward on high ground, kind of watching everything right now.
And they're back off for now, respecting the fact that Nisha soon to be back up. But the damage certainly done to this tier 1, incredibly low. Next push will take it off the map. Secret, as soon as Nisha's back in play, they might just try and find some sort of move around him. This time round, making sure that they're in position to enable the Lesh and not allow him to get caught out alone.
That's the biggest thing, right? They have to start playing as much as possible around Nisha. Try to slow down Skeeter, because all these moments ticking by, this Naga Siren's just getting all the free farm in the world. Manta's finished, has an Arcane Rune, so he's going to be able to push out these lanes freely. Just keeping all these lanes shoved in, so it's hard for Secret to really make a move without them getting caught themselves. And yeah, that deep vision, Tundra, I mean, having these deep wards that haven't been taken out is a big deal right now.
A 4K lead for Tundra. Very much, you say, taking over the map. And with the Moonlight Shadow.
Saw
See if
Rezo.
they can catch Rezo alone. Rezo senses something's up though.
He is squishy now. I mean, he has not built any HP items whatsoever. 1000 HP. They have a plethora of burst damage.
This is a scary place. Tundra, they won't hesitate to dive if Nine's able to set up with the shards into the trees. He's going to try for it, see what he can find, and he finds him.
It's a perfect trap.
I'll get the bushwhack in as well. Rezo getting taken down behind his tier 2 once again. Nine just continuing to be bang on target every single time with these shards.
And this is pain. I mean, look at the moments. 5K gold lead now. Chrysalis, he hasn't been able to find much of anything after the laning phase. They're making all the space in for Skeeter, and they're getting kills out of it too.
They need to slow Tundra down somehow, or look to make some sort of fight happen around their own ultimates. Just set the team fight up for Nisha to be able to burn through these enemies with this incredible amount of damage he can do as the Lesh.
I mean, they're keeping all the lanes pushed in. Look, Snaking goes to the scary lane. Top, he's going to push that one out quickly. Mid's pushed in, bottom's pushed in. Skeeter's already starting to look to cut some waves. Okay, maybe suiciding some illusions, but looking to cut some waves. Yeah, the pressure on the map, it's too much right now for Secret.
Just getting information on who's sort of still sat back here in the base. They know that Rezo's only just stepping out, so they can sort of plan for the movements of this Enigma and make sure that they're ready to prepare for any sort of jump Secret tries to make on them.
And look, they're building more and more dead. Chrysalis, he's really far.
Deep. Very far up the lane. And you can see Tundra, they're a bit hesitant. They know that if he's going to play aggressive like that, chances are that the rest of Secret's there to back him up. And Secret were able to step up.
As soon as they see anything, though, 33 is just knocking on a tier 2 bottom as this Tide. Getting close to his pipe as well, so all this damage mitigation for the Lesh.
I mean,
it's starting to get online.
Yeah, the amount of pressure that Tundra can apply. Something that we've seen them always had the power to do with the drafts they normally enter in with. 33's Tide just being able to sit down here, Skeeter able to split the map up with his illusions. It's just a whole lot of everything that Secret's having to deal with right now.
Tower's just continuing to get hit. 33, he just knows he's free down here because he also has that ward backup. He has Skeeter near him too. Tundra playing the map beautifully. And yeah, they build it. They got that shard early on Soxa, so that burst damage that we were talking about, they're gonna have so much of it to be able to take out this Lash, to take out that tanky Pudge. And yeah, lanes are already starting to get cut. There's already a Naga Siren problem.
You very much see it in the net worth, and indeed so far, Secret not really being able to use the power of the Pudge. Now, Chrysalis still very much behind here in the farm, and we see underneath the tower, Tundra will start poking at him, getting him pretty low. Chain Frost will be thrown out, but not too many bounces at all, and 33's ready to go back in onto Chrysalis. Secret, at this stage of the game, they can't even protect that Pudge underneath their own tier 2. Rezo jumps forward, they're looking towards 9, but 9 is forced down to the side. He's going to be able to step away, see if they can continue to try and get any further catch. Sides will be able to get the toss back onto 9, so they'll take him down. But look, very much, it's such a struggle here as we're seeing for Chrysalis. Under tier 2, Secret, the rest of his team pretty close by. They couldn't help him. And
they need to get more.
Tundra, they're ready to try and pick more kills out of this here as they head into the jungle as Secret. Catch out puppy, Ravage for 33. Puts an end to the life of Zayat. And Nisha has to step back. It's just him and Rezo on the retreat right now.
Rezo.
See if they can get any further setup. Rush from 33, sharpshooter hit coming in as well. Respawns will be there for Secret. Chrysalis back in action. Tundra, they won't push their luck. They know that they're maintaining this lead. And as we've seen time and time again, once they get that lead, Tundra, they very, very rarely throw it away.
Especially if they have Skeeter on something like this Naga Siren. I mean, he's been absolutely free the whole game. He's got the Orchid, he's on his way to the Heart, and it feels like there's going to start being some really big damage issues on Secret. And the map just continues to be pressured everywhere too, right? Tundra, they're forcing so much bottom. It's like 4 or 5 heroes of Secret having to react to this. Meanwhile, Skeeter's just, he's loving life. Plan is being executed perfectly by them. And for Secret, approaching into any of these fights, like Zayat, he still doesn't even have his Blink Dagger yet, so him being able to jump in, get some type of repositioning, getting some fight advantages, it's not easy. Rezo is the one with the Blink as the initiator, but as we've seen time and time again, he's just very squishy at this point. He'll just die if he goes in.
It's not easy at all for him to find the chance to get these black holes off, and especially before he has that BKB done. And pretty much impossible if Tundra, they turn up in numbers.
And look at this approach from 33. You know, we were talking about damage mitigation so much. It tends to be a big thing that Tundra's going for. The pipe, the Wraith Pact, and he's even queuing up a Mage Slayer. So really cute approach. Because it's a Pudge,
through this?
Pudge and Lesh, right? Completely reliant on that magical damage. So if he just gets an Anchor Smash, if he gets that Mage Slayer applied on them, how are they going to be able to bring down the targets? Especially that Naga Siren, who's gonna have this Heart pretty soon.
Each passing moment here, each minute, Tundra is getting further and further ahead. Very much feeling the control they have on the game this early on as well. 22 minutes in, 8K lead.
Yep. And they even have, you know, 9. Oh, we got the Orchid coming out.
We'll be lucky to find an illusion rune.
He'll be all right. And yeah, they also have 9, who's going to be going for his standard Tusk build. He's going to be that straight physical damage burst also. So they have kind of everything going for them here to be able to take down, focus fire the Pudge, focus fire the Lash, reduce their damage, and take objectives. That's the other big thing too. It's going to allow them to get Roche a little bit easier and push those towers.
It really very much is a case of, you know, even through that Bloodstone heal, Tundra, they will kill Nisha so quickly. The Secret's response, it has to be immediate with their sort of counter initiations in terms of the black holes and such.
I mean, it's 22 minutes and there's only 2 Flesh Heap stacks. Never a position you want to be on the Pudge. But Chrysalis, he's got Ags done. Let's see what he's going to be able to do with this.
So around the mid there, looking towards 33. This is not an easy kill.
He's very tanky.
Very, very tanky. And
oh my God, okay, there we go.
I mean, they have to. I don't think they're getting that kill if they don't there.
They got it before he drops the pipe, before he drops the Wraith Pact, so sure. I mean, getting him off the map is
That's the only way they kill him.
Yeah.
They've got to do it quick, they've got to do it safe, they've got to use the black hole in situations like that. They'll take him off the map, and it will at least sort of give them a bit of peace here, maybe for the 30 seconds. Knowing that Tundra, they won't have the tide for the fight, but nonetheless though, Tundra, they're still that farmed that they'll definitely still go for a quick kill.
Bottom.
Tide or not.
More than enough damage, probably. There it is. And some Deso stacks for 9.
See Lotus. Now done as well for Nisha, so a little bit of an extra way that he can try and prepare himself for the fight. give him a bit of a better shot of not being blown up. Some of the targeted abilities from Tundra.
Yep, be able to protect him. Also, if there's like a snowball, he can even get inside the snowball if they play it a little bit perfectly. He can also dispel the boomerang buff, or debuff that is, which amplifies all that damage. Nisha?
This bottom tier 2 is so scary, surely. Here for Secret, unless they can ensure that Tundra put off from diving, and they will
The hook.
get back. Christmas, he hits the hook. Grabs back 9 before Skeeter's able to do anything to save him. And sort of frees the rest of Secret there with the song. So, a good catch onto 9 there. Secret coming in with some level of response now to the moves from Tundra. It's definitely not as smooth sailing as it has been for the last 10 minutes. Secret able to slow them down a little bit by bit.
Yep, and now they have the blink on the Tiny. So an actual initiator rather than just forcing Rezo to be that one to jump in with Black Hole. Getting themselves back on the map. Every time they do kill one of those heroes, it feels pretty massissive, at least for Secret, but Tundra doesn't seem like they care too much.
I mean, it's just the Naga
online.
Siren, right? You know, Skeeter, he doesn't care if he sees a hero or a teammate die every now and then, once a minute, just one off on their own. As long as he's still hitting the creeps, he is happy. Top of the net worth, and indeed with his heart, you can see Skeeter. Him and his illusions, it's not going to be easy to deal with. Sort of the main way to deal with it in terms of the Pudge and the Leshrac. We know that Tundra, they can kill these heroes. As underneath the tier 2 mid, they're looking towards Chrysalis. Skeeter, he's ready to commit in. As they go right in on top of him, Nisha will turn up for the fight, but not able to make any sort of move in time to save him. Chrysalis goes down. And you see 33, he's ready to just waltz right underneath the tier 2 as well. Zayats will jump over the toss back.
Chain Frost.
They are getting 9 pretty low. He's able to get the snowball off in time. Ravage there for 33 ensures that 9's got the space to step back. As Zayats will fall. The bushwhack from Saxa finishing him off. Secret trying their best to deal with this team fight. These dives, this aggression that Tundra is performing. Most times, 9 out of 10, they're not able to deal with it. No. They're not able to stop them from getting what they want. Tundra, they'll push down mids, take down this tier 2. Everything continues to just being ticked off the list here for Tundra.
This Skeeter Naga is just way too farmed, really, for them. Once he shows up to the fight, they're like, oh my god, we do not have enough damage to go through 3,000 HP. It's going to take them quite a while, and it's into Wraith Pack, and it's into Pipe, and also we saw our beautiful observer point out an extra cloak purchased up. He is going to be going back for the Mage Slayer, as we mentioned. He was queuing up Blink for a moment, but yeah, just really looking for all that damage mitigation, making sure that Skeeter will probably never go down unless he gets caught by absolutely everything. So for Secret, next few moments, pretty difficult for them to look for these fights. Multiple Blink daggers. You see even Puppey gets a Blink. They need any type of follow-up. They need the big burst, right? If they catch 1 or 2 heroes in a black hole, they need absolutely everything.
That's a lot of weight on Resolution.
It is.
He's got to do something incredible. We get the toss back here on a Snake King, but Puppey's low. Rezo's going to use the black hole.
It's only on 1.
He catches Snake King, though, and the song's out. Tundra, they're able to reset the team fight. Puppey goes down. Zayats also to fall. As they'll lose Snake King, but they get 2. Once again, Tundra just proving at this stage to be almost impossible for Secret to fight into.
Tough position to use Black Hole. Pre-BKB, even to all these stuns, into Song.
I mean, he must be close to the BKB, right, Rezo?
Getting closer. I mean, he bought the shard, he bought the lens, so he has delayed it quite some time for himself. And Tundra now, they probably are like, okay, well, no Black Hole. We can probably look for Roshan.
Straight to Roshan, indeed. They know that there's going to be no chance of Secret heading out to this area of the map.
And they kill it fast. With Riptide, with Deso, with Gush. See all that minus armor coming into play on top of the Orchid. Secret, they are reacting though, bringing 4 heroes. Scan is going to catch them.
See if they can get any sort of fight going here. It's not easy, there's no black hole to rely on. They're still take straight into the fight with Chris as he walks forward. Snowball's going to be there for now. Gets them over towards Nisha. They're trying to step back though. Nisha getting off a good amount of damage this time. See, but the sharpshooter comes in, takes down Zayats. Chris is trying to stand his ground with the dismember. They're forced 9 back to safety. Roshan falling low. Chrysalis also having to back away as 33. He's trying to finish off the Roche. Puppey and Nisha, they're stepping into the pit as well, but 9 heads in Snowball. They get the Ravage off the same time. Rezo tries to jump in to steal the Aegis, but 9 only picks it up. 3 dead on Secret. They'll take the Aegis quickly out the hands of 9. But Secret, they're getting chased back away from the pit. Very much felt like a bit of a last-ditch attempt there from Secret to try and stop Tundra, but they couldn't take the fight around the Roche pit. It's 4 dead, 9 continuing to chase. We'll see Puppey able to blink out just in time. It's a good fortune that he has that item there.
I mean, it's wild how much damage is reduced there. In most situations, if there's not a pipe, if there's not a raise
so
back,
clumped up and they just still didn't die.
Look how much they only. I'm saying only because when we've seen these Pudges on these Leshes, when they're able to stick on targets, 3 heroes inside that, you would probably see some 10,000 worth of damage or something. But look at this, the damage mitigation completely protecting everybody there.
Secret,
They really had to go all in to make a move like this, and they certainly do. They go straight into the pit, and of course, having to try and fight. Rezo doesn't have his black hole back up.
Look at the micro too, right? The Wraith Pack. Look, he pops it and sends it up north to kind of hide it away from everybody. So Secret, they're panicking to try to kill this thing, and meanwhile, they're all just dropping lower and lower.
Yeah.
Great plays from 9. The Snowball initially to dodge the Chain Frost with his team, and then Snowball to kind of guarantee that they can get up that Roshan. Beautiful plays from Tundra. Masters of the team fight.
They are seeming unstoppable here so far in this game. 18K lead.
And it's also, you know, Ravage, it wasn't up until that exact moment as well, too.
Stepping up in the mid, they've got the arrow connection. He's already used the Bloodstone here. Look at the Lotus Orb off in time. A little bit of safety in his own Snowball, but it's only going to tear him far away from the safety of any of his teammates as Nisha will get slowly but surely taken out. Poppy as well to fall. Zayat's caught out by the net. It's going to be 3 dead on Secret. We'll see how much further they want to play this one out. It is grand finals after all, but this game 1, it just looks like there's very few answers at all to what Tundra's doing right here.
And it's versus that Lesh. They gave the Lesh. They had an idea, they had a concept, and it's working beautifully.
Radiant structures.
Full control of the game.
I mean, 33. As they, you know, Aoi ended it at the end there. You know, talking about how important the Tide is, how good he is on this hero, and we're seeing it 4-1 in 15. Even without the Ravage, we see the effects he's able to do from start to finish of this game.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Of course, Tundra, we've seen many times before in the games that they play, when they have this sort of lead, they'll ever so careful not to allow any opportunity for it to slip away from them. So they'll back off from the push for now.
Interesting to point out also, Skeeter did buy the shard as well, so feels like they're really understanding this. Limit the damage. You know, this is going to heal for 40%. They're reducing the damage that's coming out from the Pudge and Lesh, so how are they going to kill these big beefy targets,
They
right?
have to catch them split up. But as we've seen, it's very few situations where Tundra, especially at this moment of the game, they choose to sort of fall back into positions that allow them to get caught one by one.
Always playing around each other perfectly. Hook.
Trying to get a rest 33, but he has got the Ravage. Will pop it, and now there's the jump on 9 just straight in. Takes him out, Rezo. He has got the black hole off onto the 2 of them, but do they have the damage? Chain Frost down, the BKB's already out from 9 and Skeeter. It was a nice 2-man black hole, but there wasn't any follow-up. But now Tundra, it looks like once again, they're setting up for the cleanup. They've got the catch on Tanisha. Bushwhack will trap him against the tree. The arrow for Snaking keeps him locked down. He'll try and step back, but Tundra, the 4-5 of them, chase him down. He'll go for the TP out. He won't make it. Everybody dead on Secret. Tundra, they're ready to resume pushing down the mid.
Radiant's middle barracks are under
Just
attack.
seems like they're just way, I mean, this time they're way too far ahead, but they're always just, like you mentioned, everyone's always playing around each other. This time, Ravage is at the ready, 33 not even coming close to dying. And now they're all full health because Skeeter pops a song and heals them up as well. Tundra.
We'll see if they go for one more fight. But that one more fight for Secret, once again, will be lacking the big ultimates. Black hole, of course, used by Rezo there in an attempt to get something going, but really with the BKBs that Tundra have, if they get it off beforehand, then there's absolutely no chance of Secret killing these cores.
Top tower is under attack.
30k gold lead. I mean, full item for each hero pretty much coming out now.
This is just, it's not a position where we've really seen any teams be able to turn things around when they've been against Tundra in particular.
Especially
Tundra get this sort of lead against you, it very much is over, unless something incredible happens.
Especially when they have this Naga Siren, really. They look to be amazing. These illusion carries in particular for Skeeter, right? His CK, his Naga has been a pleasure to watch. In Secret, they tried to set that pace early game, but almost never in this game did they actually have a lead. The gold was always actually pretty much in favor of Tundra.
Tundra smoked up, and you can feel it. They're ready to go for the finisher here.
Puppy, blinking in.
All right, walk it down mid.
Trying to catch the creep wave or something.
Trying to get some sort of a distraction, you know, take Tundra away from the push.
But the
buying
waves,
some time.
the waves are all in though.
See bottom there, Nisha. might be in a bit of trouble once again. We'll see Puppy coming with the buyback, but that sharp shot there from Saxon nearly finishing him off. They'll go with the snowball over towards Crystallis. Chain Frost comes out from Puppy. Crystallis commits him with the BKB onto 33, but 33 is just so
There's no damage.
He barely cares at all that this Pudge is on top of him. Another hook from Crystallis will catch on, but 33...
Oopsie.
It wasn't the cleanest combo, but at this point, Tundra, they don't even need to hit these combos. They'll just back off and reset. Not the Ravage into Song that, you know, will sort of blow away Secret, but they can afford to mess that up sometimes. They got a 32k lead.
Yeah, we don't need it. It's fine, you know? Do I have to watch out, though, as we see Black Hole back up in 10 seconds? It's going to have to be a 5-man. Even then, I don't know. Doesn't even feel like they'll have the damage anyway.
It's got to be a 5-man, and it's got to catch them before they press BKB.
Yeah. And before Wraith Pact or Piper down.
We'll find 9 in the trees. He gets the BKB off before the dismembers there. Saxon able to poke in from the side.
He's fighting.
Bushwhack. Crystallis, he's getting low. 9 tries to chase him out. Crystallis gets taken down. 9 caught by the fear. See at the side though, they're focusing down Nisha. Nisha goes down, full start to the side, 9, caught by the avalanche, will go down. Secret able to find some sort of semblance of a trade there. They'll take out 9 immediately. Nisha does commit him with the buyback. I'll see if there's anything Secret can do here with this minute where Tundra are without their mid laner.
Nisha can never walk up. He just walks in, gets fully focused from everyone on Tundra. And another item coming up for Skeeter in a moment.
My goodness.
More heal prevention, more damage reduction, etc. Scotty's going to be coming out also for this Naga.
Extra illusion as well with the level 20.
Yeah.
And illusion rune found us on top of that also. I expect us to continue to just see all 3 lanes push right up to the base of Secret. If Secret are going to try and find that, what needs to be an immaculate team fight, 5-man Black Hole, it's just going to be so hard for them to do it anywhere outside of the base. Leaving this area of the map, leaving the, you know, the some sort of safety of the high ground, it's just so tough against what Tundra's doing on the map right now.
Tundra's on cruise control. Look, Snaking's even got boots to travel on the 5 Mirana.
Nice.
They don't know what to do, bro. Come on, relax, bro.
Okay, holding, keep holding, guys. I got my BKB, I got BKB. Oh.
Well, there we go, very much.
Okay,
See Secret, I think they know that this is a spot game 1 that's tough, but there's a long series ahead of them, so
they're
making sure to keep things light, keep things positive, and very much still continuing it to give it their all. Smoked up here, Zayat some resolution.
I think most people find it, you know, you hear Puppy like kind of laughing in these type of games, and you're like, oh, okay, whew. A heart now for 33.
This is a scary place of resolution and Zayat. Close by to Tundra.
In the trees. Everyone on Tundra is just so farmed at this point. Pretty much every single hero core.
Zayat. So hard to get
I'll get over it.
any grab, any toss back.
Oh yeah, Snaking's got bots, Lotus, Forstaff, Drum.
I mean,
this
massive.
is 5-position Mirana, by the way.
We've seen some farm supports today. This one's certainly up there from Snaking.
Tundra just tend to do this a lot of times too, right? Distribute their wealth nicely, especially, I mean, at this point in this game, of course, when they have all the space in the world, but...
Can they see 33, but
he's got 4,000 health.
They're gonna try. Get the toss back. It's just, it feels so rough to try and commit onto this tide.
He just Mage Slayer hits them and they do nothing.
They've got to back off. 33's toying with the idea of a Ravage as well. Nisha, nearly getting caught out by the Bushwhack. Will get jumped by 9. He's in with the Walrus Punch. A Secret just scrambling back up towards the high ground, and I tell you what, I think they're quite lucky to get out of there with nobody going down.
They can't even, I mean, they tickle the tide. This build really from 33 is working perfectly. I mean,
it's unkillable.
The Pipe Wraith Pack we've seen so many times, but just throwing in this Mage Slayer because he sees that both cores are this magic damage emphasis.
6-1 and 21, exactly what you hope to see from your offlane.
4-1-15 on Skeeter.
Should be another one here for Tundra. Again, these illusions from Skeeter making sure that Secret, they cannot even dream of getting anywhere close to the Roshan.
Every lane pushed in. Puppy, up for a journey, trying to maybe collect some bounty runes. Blinks will be okay. Snaking won't find him. But the Rosh acquired 40k gold lead. Back to business.
Absolutely just passing by the sort of 1k gold a minute, something that you very rarely see in terms of a lead in at this stage of the game. Pretty much a full nullifier done as well from 9. Even tougher to try and protect that core that gets jumped upon by 9.
They're looking to go to. They're smoked. So many of these heroes just get immediately burst down, especially Puppy.
With that Aegis, Tundra know that they can look to get into the
Look at
the secret.
33's taking the tower by himself. He's just anchor smashing it.
Yeah.
He's got the talent.
Chrysalis trying for some sort of a hook.
They can't stop him.
I mean, we'll see Zayats. He's looking for a toss back. A 9 in response immediately on top of it. That's Zayats gone. No buyback for him.
Chrysalis.
He'll pop the BKB. He's got to use it to step back, get some sort of distance between him and the rest of the team. He's going to try and stand his ground on 33 at 9. Jumps in with a Warrior's Punch into the snowball. Overall, Nisha Rezo. He's going to go for the black hole. The song is there.
It's healing him.
I mean, the black hole and damage alone, not enough to take him out through the BKB. Rezo's out. Does have a buyback, but even if he opts to do so, won't have a black hole to use. Tundra, they'll continue this push up towards the top lane. Taking down this set of barracks. A secret, we'll see if they go for one last move. Maybe hope that Tundra gets a bit close to the fountain, but Tundra, they don't mess around. They're not making any mistakes. 33 pops the Ravage, catches out Nisha and Chrysalis. Chrysalis getting low. He might just be able to reset this time as he is over towards the fountain, actually able to lift Nisha. Also able to keep himself alive for now with the Lotus. Reflects the net, but 33 is getting in on top of him. No one else able to get Nisha away from Tundra as he's out for 100 seconds. The tier 4s are gone. They're onto the Ancient. GG is called. And Tundra, they take this game 1, and my goodness, they take this game 1. This was not close. Tundra in full, complete control. I mean, it felt like after 10 minutes, Secret, they didn't have a chance at all in this one, Bog.
It felt like even from lanes, right? The rotations from Saksa kind of putting on this pressure onto Nisha. This was a miraculous game, really, from Tundra, kind of